that's the first bit of serious butchery completed. The sawing of these components from the part of the moulding that forms the underside of the boiler. So couldn't see that, could you? So I've just sawn that off there because it was moulded as a piece onto there. That's the checker plate sides of the chassis part of the loco, and now we've got the curved under part of the boiler, we've got the upper part of the boiler. So you have something that looks like a boiler and can be positioned on the motor block one way around or another, and then you can start building up the loco. Still have the firebox grate and ash plate under there, so quite a reasonable, straightforward job to saw that off, sand it down, and the next bit of butchery, as it were, is going to be to remove these two from the top of the boiler, because they're superfluous for most outline models that we might want to model. We don't need these, which I think on some were sand domes. The steam dome can stay. It looks like a rather pathetic small steam dome. We might cover that with a larger steam dome at some stage. But these, whatever they were, I've no idea. Sand dome type things can come off now. For the coarse removal of items or material, I prefer to use a tennon saw. That's a wood saw for cutting the plastic. I find it's well, easier for me to use to do that than either these junior hacksaws or a hacksaw blade in a handle. I guess a full-size hacksaw might do well. There's quite a bit of sanding to do with a sandpaper block, small sandpaper block. I think there's so much plastic left here, it might be worth just sawing that first and then sanding. How I do the filling of the hole, I'm not quite covered, but there's plenty of putty, model filler, car body filler type materials that can be used to fill the holes, and then it can be smoothed over, or the boiler could be wrapped. Another consideration would be a piece of plastic drain pipe to sleeve the boiler, because I don't think it would look out of proportion on this model if the boiler itself was a slightly larger diameter. There's a consideration. And then I don't have to finish the boiler off, I just then add things to it. It would mean just taking these down so that I could sleeve the boiler with plastic drain pipe.